Welcome to today's Be Well live workout on Facebook. My name is Darian Leader. I'm a certified personal trainer. I work at the college, and I'm happy to bring some fitness to your lives today on this hopefully beautiful Monday in your area. Today's workout is going to be called Strong Arms. So we're going to be using a couple different household items as lightweights in order to work the upper part of our body today. So what I have set up behind me is I have 2 dumbbells, so I'm going to be using those. If you don't have dumbbells, that's fine. I've also put out 2 books, which could also be used as weights, or if you wanted to use water bottles or something, 2 things that have kind of equal weight to them. We'll be using them and mixing them into our workout. I also want to point out that I do have like a bench set up. So we're going to be using that for some of our exercises in the beginning. If you don't have a bench, that's fine. You could use a chair, you could use a couch, you could use a bed. I'll show you why. We just need something to put our knees up while we're doing one of our rolls. So go ahead, grab some water, take a minute to grab those items, and then we're going to start warming up, okay? And as always, I have my partner in crime, Bella, here. Sometimes she likes to jump in, but she's looking pretty lazy, so I think she might be doing her meditation right now. So when you're ready, join me for some warm-ups. We're going to start by standing, and I'm just giving my arms a swing, just some motion, just opening up, because we're really going to be working those today. And I'm just going to take that to a nice twist from side to side. Just opening up that diaphragm, breathing deeply. And let's take our hands tall and a pencil and reaching to the sky. We're just going to twist to the right and hold for a count there. And then we're going to twist over to the left here. And up, and let's take it to one side and then the other one last time. And to the opposite side. All right, let's swing those arms forward. And let's take it in the reverse, swinging them back, making big circles. And I want to point out that there is a chat feature there, which I'm monitoring. So if you have any questions or concerns, feel free to type in a response or let me know if you're having trouble hearing me today. And let's take our right hand and we're going to bring it across our body for a nice stretch in our arms. Just opening up those shoulders, opening up those triceps, getting ready to make some work there. And release, and let's put that up overhead. So you can see I'm just patting myself on the back, just pushing down on that elbow, stretching that out. And release, and let's take it to the other side, bringing that left arm across our body for a nice stretch here. And release. And arms up overhead. Pulling that nice stretch behind our back there. And release. And then we're going to just finish our warm up with some nice squat and reaches. These are my favorite. I really feel like they get the whole body moving. Just taking it back and forth. Each side. Sinking a little deeper into that squat each time and extending that reach a little further each time. All right, and let's finish it up with some quick jumping jacks here, just to ensure that everything's ready for some movement. We're nice and awake on this Monday. And we'll do 5 more here, and then we're going to jump right into our first circuit. All right, great. So I'm going to use the bench. Like I said, if you wanted to use a couch, a chair, a bed, whatever you need, but the position we're looking for here is you're just going to bring your right knee up onto the surface and right hand, so both right knee and right hand are stabilized, and then using whatever weight you've selected, so say it's a book, we're going to, in a strong tabletop position here, we're going to do some tricep rolls here. So if you're using your books, you just have a nice grip on that book. You're bringing that arm straight up, kind of like you're starting a lawnmower here. And we'd be here for 10. Using that first, I'm starting with my left arm and my right leg, my right hand are up on a bench, couch, whatever you want to use. Okay? And then we're going to put our weight down. Going to come to the edge of that bench or couch. You could even do this on a step. And we're going to go for 10 tricep dips here. So we're just lowering and lifting. Your elbows are shooting straight out behind you. They're not coming wide. And you can either walk your feet out for a little bit of an extra challenge, or you can have them quite close underneath your bottom. There for 10. Good. We're going to pop up and we're going to switch to the other arm. So you rolled with your right arm or your left arm first. So you're going to come to the other side of your bench, picking up whatever weight you've chosen. I have books here, and we're just going to row those books up for 10. Nine, 10. Great. And then we're popping right over for those dips again. 10 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that was our first series. We're going to do that 2 more times. So we're going to make sure we're getting both sides, working those curls, working those pulls, and dipping on the end of our bench or couch or wherever you are. So the second time, I'm just going to use a dumbbell so I can show anyone who's using that as their option how that would look. So I'm coming down and I'm just pulling it up. Imagine your shoulder blades are trying to come together. You're trying to start that lawnmower. 4, 3, 2, 1. And then I'm popping right over for my dips. Coming down, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If those dips are too much, you could just extend and hold and come back up. You don't have to pump the whole time. But now I'm switching my arms, coming to the other side of my bench, and I'm pulling for 10. Three, 2, 1. And pause. Take a moment. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Quick stretch. And right back to our dips. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And hold, and this is our last set through. Starting with that first arm, finding a nice strong straight back, letting that weight hang and pulling up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And right into those dips. I know the dips are killer, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right back up, switching sides. Last time on this side, grabbing your weight. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Awesome work. Grab some water, and then we're going to jump into the next circuit there. Towel off if needed. Try to keep yourself moving. Okay, so I'm just going to push my bench a little bit because we don't need it. So now you just want to make sure you're in a nice open space so you won't be knocking over any living room items. And we're going to take our weight. So whatever you're using, you've got your books, if you've got your dumbbell, if you've got water bottles, that's great. So we're going to use our weights this time to do another set of 3 exercises. And we're going to start with an extension and a curl. And then we're going to bring our arms back in. So what that looks like, I've got my books. I'm going to take them in front of me, making sure I have a nice solid grip, and extend my arms, curl it, and bring it back in. Extend my arms, curl them, and bring them back in. So you're there for 10 in those extensions. So we're extending, curling, bringing back down. Extending, curling, bringing back down. So here's the side view. Extending, curling, bringing back down. So we want 10 here. Making sure you got a nice grip on whatever you're using as your weight. Last 2. Last 1. So that's your first exercise in this circuit. The second part we're going to do is called a bent over fly. So you're going to want both of your weights, no matter what they are, and you're going to slightly hinge your hips, and we're going to bring our arms out like we're flapping our wings. So it looks like this from the front. Nice soft bend in those knees. Back is straight. Imagine your shoulder blades are trying to give each other a kiss in the back there. They're coming together. Here for 10, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Let go of one of those weights if they're heavy, or if you're stacking them, if they're lighter, you could stack them. In the last exercise in this series, we're going to bring those weights behind us. Soft bend in our legs, and we're just going to do some tricep raises as we alternate tapping back one leg then the other. So I'm just bringing them up, raising them slightly behind my back, and tapping back, alternating legs here. And we're here for 10. Nice soft bend in your knees. Strong core, sucking that belly button into the spine. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. That's that first set in that circuit. Let's give ourselves 5 little jumping jacks here, just to reset, keeping everything moving. And we're going to do that whole circuit again. Okay? Great. Grab water if you need it, always. And then select your weight for that extension and curl. So we've got our weight. Arms are straight, holding that weight, bringing them up, curling, and bringing back down. 2, 3, and I'm going to turn here so you can see. 4. Those elbows are staying right in at my side. So imagine like you're first coming to Frankenstein arms, and then from there curling and back down. 2 more. Last one. Excellent. Grab that other weight for our 10 flies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Excellent. Either drop a weight if it's heavy, or stack them if you have books and they're not quite so heavy. And we're going to take it to our backward tricep lifts. Just tapping those legs back. If you don't want to use a weight here, don't. That's totally fine. You could hook your hands together and take the same motion, still working those muscles. Still strengthening those joints. Breathing nice and heavily, making sure you're filling up that diaphragm for 2 more. Excellent. 2 sets down, last one to go. Give me those 5 jacks. 2, 3, 4, 5. Grab some water, towel off if needed. Pet Bella. And we're going to our last set of those. Okay, so we've got our barbells or books or whatever you want to use. And we're going to move into our lightweight extension and curl. So I have 2 here. I'm actually trying to show you what it looks like with books. So like we've been doing, you've got your Frankenstein arms, curl, down. Frankenstein arms, curl, down. Frankenstein arms, curl, down. Excellent. Extend, curl, down. Extend, curl, down. Extend, curl, down. Extend, curl, down. Great. Now we're into our flies. So here's what it looks like with books. I've got a nice soft bend in my knees. My back is strong. My glutes are strong, stabilizing me. And I'm just bringing those flies up. You can have a nice soft bend in your elbows too. The best way to imagine this is just having your shoulder blades trying to come together in the back. So if it helps to see my back, you can see they're squeezing together when my arms are fully extended. And you're there for 10. I'm just going to switch my weights here. And you're also welcome to switch between weights as you go too. So if you start out heavier and you need to drop some weight, go for it. Breathing heavily. 2, 1. Excellent. And then we're taking that weight behind our back, making sure it's secure. And we're doing those small tricep lifts. It's a small movement, but it's powerful. Nice soft bend in those knees. Nice. All right, last one. Weight comes down. Finish strong with 5 jacks. 2, 3, 4, 5. Awesome. Grab water. 2 circuits down, 2 to go. You're doing great. Now check the feed for any quick questions. All right, we look good. Okay. Okay, so for our next circuit, you need a nice open space like we have here. You need your weight, and we're gonna do 3 exercises again. So it's that sequence of 3, and we're gonna repeat it 3 times, okay? So using whatever it is, I'm gonna just demonstrate with the books, because I feel like those are things that hopefully every student and everybody has in their house. And we're gonna start by doing a step back with our right leg, and we're going to shoot that weight up above our head at the bottom of that step back. So what it will look like from the side here, I think that's the best way to demonstrate, is I'm going to take my right leg back and shoot this up above head and come back up. So it's a nice, powerful shoot at the same time as your step. And I'm doing 5 on the same leg here. If you want to do this starting out with no weights, that's also totally fine. If you want to start it with a lighter weight and drop it or add it in, that's great too. It's your workout, so whatever works for you. So that's the first sequence, is those right step backs and push. The second in this exercise are called plank workouts. So from a standing position, we're going to slowly walk ourselves out to a plank position, hold, and then walk back up. And we're doing this for 5. Take it at your nice slow pace if you'd like. You're just slowly walking yourself out to that plank, holding, and then slowly walking yourself back up. If this is too much for you, feel free to come right down to your knees here And you can take some smaller tricep push-ups so they could look just like this. Just smaller in those arms from the knees, or you can straighten out your knees as well, okay? So those are your two options there. So I'm slowly walking out into the plank, and then I'm slowly walking myself back up. Got one more here. Walking out strong and walking back up. Once we rise up, we're gonna switch legs to the other side. So now I'm doing a step back with my left leg. So it's a step back and up, step back and up. I'm just pushing these books right above my head as if I'm trying to make a stamp on the ceiling with them. Nice, one more. Great. And right here, we're gonna add in 5 high knees, keeping that metabolism up. Great. We're gonna run through that circuit 2 more times, okay? Grab water if needed. All right, grab your weight of choice. This time I'm gonna use my dumbbell. And we're gonna start with those right leg step back and push-ups. So step back and overhead press. Right leg comes back, that overhead press. Right leg back. 2 more. Last one. Great. Drop the weight. And we're walking it out into those plank walkouts. This is the side angle here. And then slowly walking back up. Here for 5. Option to come down to your knees for those little tricep push-ups. Take them at your own pace, holding in that plank for a moment, and then coming right back up. When you're in that plank at the bottom, you're going to make sure your hands are directly below your shoulders, and you're sucking that belly button right into the spine. Nice strong core. And last one. And rise. Good stuff. Switching to that other leg. I always start with my right leg, so I know now I'm on my left leg. And I'm stepping back with an overhead press. Left leg back, overhead press. For 5. And one more. And up. Drop that weight. 5 high knees. 2, 3, 4, 5. Awesome, awesome. We've got one more sequence through there. One last set. You are doing great. I know I can't see you, but I know you're doing great. I can feel your energy. Okay. So we've got our last set of those. So remember, it's 5 right step backs with the press, 5 walkouts to plank, 5 left step backs with the press, and then we finish strong with 5 high knees. You've got this. So grab your weight, whatever it is. And like I said, I always start with my right leg so I know where I am. And I'm going to step back and press. Nice. 2 more on this side. Pressing that weight all the way to the ceiling in one fluid movement. Last one. And rise. I'm walking out to my planks. So I'm slowly taking it all the way out, holding strong in plank, and walking myself back up. Pause for a breath. Give me 5 of these. And if halfway through you want to switch down to those tricep push-ups from your knees, that's fine too. And rise and lower, walking out to that strong plank, holding strong there. And last one for good measure. Walking right out to that plank, holding, and walking back up. Grab that weight. This is your last one. Stepping back with that left leg, shooting that weight to ceiling in one movement. And 1, 2, 3, 4, that's 1, 5. Weight down, give me those 5 high knees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Awesome work, grab water. And we're coming to our last circuit. 3 final exercises. We are gonna come down to our mat, or if you have a carpeted area, just to give yourself a little bit of a cushion underneath you. A towel would be fine too. So I'm just gonna push my stool out of the way, giving lots of room here. All right. Okay, so here you are still going to want to have your weight. Whatever you've been using, I'll demonstrate with both. And we're going to start by coming down to the flats of our backs. When I would say you want a lighter weight in this position. So I'm going to use my 2 books. Both I very highly recommend. And we're going to come down onto our back. And we're going to bring both our hands straight above with the weights. And our knees are in a nice bent position here. So we're in a dead bug position. And I'm going to move my opposite arms and my opposite legs into extension like a dead bug on his back. So I'm just going to extend opposite arm and leg and bring it back to center. And it doesn't matter which one you start with. You just want to know you're moving your opposite leg from that opposite arm, bringing that weight overhead. And we're here like little dead bugs, kicking for 10. Your back should be flat on the ground, no arch between you and the mat. Great. Making sure we get 5 on each side. So 1 more each side for good measure. And lower. Awesome. From here, I'm going to stack my light weights. You have the option to, not stack them, not use anything. And I'm going to do a crunch chop with the weight from side to side. So I'm bringing that weight to my right and back down. Bringing it center and back down. And bringing it left and back down. You can almost imagine when you're in this position that it's kind of like a steering wheel. And back down. So we're just rotating between those 3 points. So center, we're just lifting the top of our bodies, just our shoulders are coming off the ground. Then I'm just alternating. Now I'm on the left, back. Now I'm in the center. And I'm using that weight. Or if you don't want to use the weight, that's fine too. We're just working the top of those abs. Feet are flat on the ground. Awesome. Let's do 1 more each spot. So I'm to the right, I'm to the center, and I'm to the left. Great job. And our last exercise in this circuit, we're going to bring our weights right to our hips, right on the top of our hips there. And we're going to push up into bridge. And from this position, we're going to do a nice bridge march. So I'm just marching 1 leg up and then the other, holding that weight up. We're here for 10. 3, 2, 1. And let's lower. I'm going to switch to a higher weight here. And I'm just putting that safely on my hips wherever I can hold it balanced. And I'm lifting into the bridge, squeezing my glutes at the top there. And we're just marching it out for 10. Holding high in that bridge during the march. 7, 8, 9, 10, and lower. So those 3 exercises, we're going to now run through that circuit 2 more times, and then you are done. You've done it. You've worked hard. You've sweat. So we're going right back to our dead bug position. Option to increase your weight or decrease it depending on how you felt the first time. And we're raising our arms straight up. Knees are coming up. Looks like Bella's coming down to join me. Hello. And we're just going to move opposite limbs into extension. Excuse you. There we go. She's had enough. She said she's worked out enough today. So we're just dead bugging opposite arm, opposite leg. 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Bringing those weights down, choosing what feels right for you. We're going to take it to those chops. Side, center, side. Okay? So holding onto your weight nice and strong. We're going to crunch to the right and lower. Crunch to the center and lower. And crunch to the left. Breathing deeply. Hitting each one of those checkpoints. If at any time the weight becomes too much, get rid of it or decrease it. And you can just take it into a karate chop. So just using your hands and chopping in those same checkpoints. Hitting each spot one more time. Outside, middle, outside, and lower. Last time, grab that barbell, that weight, put it on your hips, and rise to bridge. And from here, we're going to take it to that march. So 1, 2, just alternating sides. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and lower. Pause for a moment. Rise to bridge, squeeze those glutes, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and lower. Great work. We're down to our last set. And we are going to grab our weights. Coming into the dead bug. Arms are straight above us. Knees come up. And we are going to extend opposite arm, opposite leg. That back is staying nice and flat. Here for 10. 8, 9, 10. Awesome. Lowering those weights, grabbing whichever one or none that works for you for the nice crunch chops. Crunching to the center and back, crunching to the right and back, center and left, center and right. Just alternating each of those 3 points, giving yourself a nice alteration in the ab work, depending on where you land at the end of the extension. All right, last one, come down, using whatever weight you want. This is your last one, rising up to bridge. And we're going for those 10 marches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Squeeze that glute and lower. Pause for 1 second. This is your last 10. And rise. Squeezing your glutes. Imagine you're trying to squeeze them as hard as you can. You want to look down and see that your shoulders, hips, and knees are all in line. Squeezing high for 10 marches. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and lower. Awesome work. You did it. Take a moment, let that weight go. Let your feet fall out in front of you. Let your hands come up above your head. Ooh, let your feet fall out to the side. Just let all of that energy feel it and recognize how hard you're just working, and now really, really appreciate the relaxation that's instant. It's Pause here for a quick couple of breaths. Extending those feet and hands. You can even see mine, they've gone under the couch. But I'm wiggling my fingers, wiggling my toes. Just getting a nice pencil stretch here. And then let's bring our knees back up, feet flat on the ground. Let's just windshield wipe our legs. Just back and forth. Allowing those hip flexors to get a nice final stretch there. You can just move slowly back and forth, keeping the top of your torso nice and flat on the ground. You worked really hard today. All those little movements in your arms, you'll feel them. And you can experiment with this workout later this week if you wanted to do it on Wednesday. You know, try swapping out different items for different weights and finding different surfaces to work from. Then we're going to come up to seated. And from here, I'm just going to take one of my weights. It could be nice and light or whatever you have. And I'm just going to bring it right up over my head here. And I'm just going to take nice, slow 10 motions here. Not stressing my system, but just sort of slowly bringing it down from that workout. So I'm keeping my elbows right next to my head. They're not moving, only the top part is. And I'm just giving them a final little stressor here. I'm going to bring that weight down. Take those same hands back up, creating some tension between your palms, so pushing off one another, and then releasing. So you can really feel the difference there. So pushing, pushing, pushing as hard as you can, and then release. And you should feel some energy kind of traveling between those palms. Push, 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 and release, and bring those hands down. And let's take our right hand to our left knee and use it to help us twist for a nice back bend here. Nice twist to our left. I'm looking over my left shoulder, feeling my spine get a nice little twist there. And then I'm going to walk those hands into the opposite side. So I'm just bringing my left hand to my right knee, and I'm bringing my right hand around back, looking over my right shoulder for a nice twist on the opposite side. Great. And coming back to center. And let's look up. And then let's bring our chin to chest. We don't want to forget about our necks because they work hard too. And look to the right. And look to the left. You know, it's funny, you never think you're exercising, you know, just your neck muscles, but they are there the whole time. So we don't want to forget about them. So we're looking up, looking down, and then right to left. Like we're slowly shaking our heads. No more. We're tired. Let's do some, close your eyes and imagine your nose is drawing a nice big circle in the air there. Give it a nice neck head roll. Imagine your nose is drawing a circle. And take it back the other direction, making sure that you're still breathing, still allowing your system to slowly come down from that awesome workout you just did. And then let's come to rising. And we're going to stand and we're going to take our arms and stretch them the same way we did in the beginning. So I'm going to start with my right arm. I'm just going to bring it across my body for a nice stretch here. And then I bring it, same arm up overhead, just reaching down my back there, using my other hand to guide my elbow, pushing it a little deeper. And let's take it to the other side. So bringing that other arm across your body, stretching it out, reaching those fingertips. And then bringing it right behind your back there. And now my favorite squat and reaches. I think it's such a good way to bookend a workout. Just giving that whole body a slow down. So nice and slow, sinking into these squats and really reaching. And sinking and reaching. Sink and reach. One more. Great. And then let's take a final forward fold dive down. So just dive down to those toes, reaching as far as you can go. I can't get very far these days with this little belly, little baby bump. That's okay, wherever it feels good for you. I can feel, bring your stomach to the top of your thighs. Have a nice little bend in your knees. It's really just wherever it feels good for you, wherever you're feeling that stretch. And let's come back up. And we'll do one more dive all the way down, as far as you can go there. Holding in that stretch. Let's let our heads fall. Let's let our hands go limp like rag dolls. You can bring them hand to elbow if you'd like, or just like a little rag doll twist here. And let's come up one vertebrae at a time. Nice and slow, all the way to the top. And when you get to the top, let's take 3 final super exaggerated shoulder rolls. I like to make these really big. Moving your hands, moving that energy all around you. Awesome work today. Make sure to drink lots of water. On any day that you can't do an exercise like this, that's okay. Take 30 minutes for yourself. Go ahead and walk around. It's beautiful today. These are all recorded. You can find them both here, or you can find them on the Chestnut Hill College website under the Be Well section. There's a nice library of workouts for you to do at your own leisure. And make sure you always make adaptations for whatever works right for your body. And you can always email me. My email contact information is there as well if you have any questions. But I'm hopeful to bring fitness and nutrition and wellness to you all while we're stuck at home these days, being safe, practicing safe distancing. So from Chestnut Hill to you, please be well, be safe, and thanks for joining me today.